Great to be here with everybody. As Victoria said, I'm going to share a little bit about the research we've been doing with K-12 students. I'm starting with this slide just to give you a little background on ReadWorks. We are a nonprofit with the mission of supporting reading comprehension across K-12, and it's for these reasons, and Kathy and Marjorie mentioned as well, the crisis in reading that is happening even pre-COVID. And so we are thrilled to be involved in this group and be able to support any way that we can help students grow as readers. Okay, so we were part of a triple researcher study around the question of, can we improve reading comprehension by making subtle changes to text format? As Kathy, Marjorie, and Rick shared, there is a lot of research that had already been done around fluency, around speed of reading. And from our vantage point here at ReadWorks, we want also that final step of comprehension and understanding. That's the goal of reading, is to gain meaning from words. And so we really wanted to see if the fluency pieces moved into impacting comprehension as well. So we pulled together a global trio of researchers with Shannon Shepherd from Chapman, Sophie Beyer from the Royal Danish Academy, and then I'm here in ReadWorks on the East Coast. You can see the three areas of cognitive science, typography, and education coming together because this really is an interesting cross-disciplinary field. So just very quickly, I'm not going to go over this. I just want you to see we do have a study methodology. That's not what we're here to dig into, but we did ultimately have 94 participants across K-8, and we gave them 2 tasks to study comprehension at both the word level and the passage level. And I can answer questions about the study if you do want to know more. So in this study, we had 6 test formats. You see 7 here on the screen, but the asterisk formats are actually the same. They are our base format. Any difference you see in size is an optical illusion. We only varied spacing and width, and that's important to know because these are very subtle changes. This wasn't making a whole new font. This wasn't changing bolding. It wasn't changing size. It was very subtle within the same size of these 6 fonts, or six formats, sorry. Same font, 6 formats. So when we tested these 6 formats across, again, that word and that passage task, we saw some very interesting findings. So what we see here is the distribution of those K-8 students across these 6 formats. The word task on the left, this is word level comprehension. You'll see that it's pretty even. Gray is that base font, and then it moves through the spacing, and then that joint one there in purple. What was really interesting to us in the comprehension question was that right hand, that passage task. And if you notice, width became more important. That became more part of a student's best font than spacing. That is something we really want to continue to study. What's the difference? What's changing as readers move from word level reading when they're just learning to read to passage level reading when they become fluent readers? So this you saw very briefly in Kathy and Marjorie's presentation, but we did see very exciting. We saw real change in accuracy of the word task and the passage task. And these numbers are great, but I wanted to show it to you in the view of just one student in the study. So this was a 7th grader. We asked their thoughts on reading. She was neutral on reading. She liked to read comic books when she chose to read. Her best format turned out to be both spacing and width. She increased her speed 33%, and then she increased her passage accuracy by 34%. And so from an education lens, that's a D to an A. And one of the things we know from research is that if students find more success as readers, they get more motivated. And it's such an exciting, virtuous cycle of success, motivation, more reading, more success, more motivation. And so I just want to end here with our 3 findings, but what they equal for education in K-12. So we've heard there's no best format. Our study showed that these subtle changes really impact speed and comprehension, and that personalized formats can significantly improve that comprehension. So all of that equals for education, that when readability format becomes that support rather than a barrier, students can build and leverage reading strengths across all of their education. They will find more reading success, become more motivated, read more, and in turn get better. And we're super excited about those possibilities, applying them on the ReadWorks site and studying more about how it all works. So thank you very much.